Matt Gaetz will not be charged with sex trafficking. 17-year-old girl. Department of Justice is bringing years-long investigation to end in APOS. The Department of Justice has decided not to charge Matt Gaetz over claims he trafficked an underage girl, a report claims. Prosecutors told lawyers for at least one of the witnesses the firebrand Florida congressman will not be facing charges over the probe that has dragged out for years, CNN reported Wednesday. Gaetz has consistently denied allegations he helped a local Florida tax collector friend Joel Greenberg traffic a 17-year-old girl across state lines. Greenberg was sentenced to 11 years in prison in December after he pled guilty in a plea deal. In March 2021, news broke that federal investigators were probing whether Gaetz violated federal sex trafficking laws by allegedly engaging in a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old and paying for her to travel across state lines with him. Investigators ultimately declined to press charges due to credibility concerns with their two key witnesses. Last year, Gaetz's ex-girlfriend testified before the grand jury investigating him for sex crimes. Investigators zoned in on a trip to the Bahamas in 2018 where Gaetz was with several women and violated trafficking laws there. Gaetz, who married Ginger Lucky in 2021, insists the sexual encounter never happened and the only time he had sex with a 17-year-old girl was when he was 17. He has dismissed the investigation as a witch hunt and his lawyers have said they have seen no credible basis for charges. Gaetz first came to investigators' attention because of his friendship with Greenberg, described as his wingman, who last year pleaded guilty to 6 counts of fraud and sexual offenses. Greenberg told investigators that Gaetz and at least 2 other men had sexual contact with a 17-year-old girl. He has told them that they both gave women cash and gifts in exchange for sex. Greenberg pleaded guilty to identity theft, stalking, wire fraud, conspiracy to bribe a public official and sex trafficking of a minor. In a different case last year, Florida man Stephen Alford was sentenced to 63 months in federal prison after pleading guilty to wire fraud amid a bizarre plot involving an attempt to shake down the father of Representative Matt Gaetz and a pledge to try to secure a presidential pardon. That case had also brought Gaetz into the news, where he went public with his own account of the bizarre shakedown scheme during an appearance on Fox host Tucker Carlson's show. Gaetz' account ultimately held up. Alford, 62, pleaded guilty fraud in the convoluted scheme last year. According to the indictment, he approached Don Gaetz, the wealthy father of the Trump loyalist lawmaker, after having learned of a Justice Department investigation of alleged sex trafficking. The sentence will be followed by 3 years of supervised release. Alford sought $25 million from Don Gaetz to fund an effort to free Robert Levinson, who disappeared in Iran years ago, and said he would help seek a pardon from President Joe Biden for Rep. Gaetz.